And welcome back, everyone. Today we'll be reviewing the low cut Jordan 11 low in the Easterly colorway of white, pure violet, and white. So you can see, we have the white, pure violet, and white. You know that they had to double up on the white, as if one white wasn't enough. I bet that they had to thoroughly cleanse the pure violet of all impurities, so that it's fit enough to be in between the two whites. Now officially, this release was a woman's release, but they did extend the sizes so that men not scared to wear pretty colors can rock these things too. And time out. Pause. And I'm genuinely surprised that in this day and age, Jordan Brand can get away with labeling releases as men versus women and not just releases. Where are the releases for the omnigender, the fluffy, the gender fluid, the transgender, and agendered folk? Yeah, that's a real thing. They're non-existent. They don't release any of those for those gender peoples. Now, to be honest, I don't really care, and I will continue to support Nike as long as they continue to employ a bunch of Chinese orphans. But I digress. Let's do a slow skip into the review. Starting with the box. So what comes in the box? These are boxed in standard white women's release boxes. So all women's Nike releases come in these white boxes for some reason. Nothing special, same old stuff we're used to. Cheap, cardboard, white, Jumpman, sticker label. Meat and potatoes here, you get the shoes. You come with an extra set of laces that do a pretty good job to match the patent leather of the upper. And for 190 USD before tax, that's all folks, that's what you get. And the material quality is as you would expect if you bought a pair of the bastardized Jordan 11 low in the recent past. The patent leather is, well, patent leather. Same old, nothing new. And nothing to call home about. The heel has a bit of decent leather. It's such a small cut that doesn't stand out as being good quality, and the rest of the upper is the ballistic mesh. But the ballistic mesh on top, I do think it's a good hit. It's pretty awesome and reminiscent of the OG. It's OG-ish. But in all honesty, I do prefer the full leather upper in white 11s due to the light speed yellowing process that these undergo. They turn yellow with the quickness. And the build quality for my pair is cool. No glue, no stains, no scuffs, no wonkiness. I'm overall happy with them. Only a few pimples on them. They got to work on their mold. I don't know what the issue was with their mold and why they have all these pimples on them. I was going back and looking at some other 11s, some of the other releases for the past couple of years that I have, which is quite a few. And these are better than a lot of those. And I mean, you can still see them here. And these are better than a lot of those. The other ones that I have, they actually are pretty bad, and they weren't really noticeable until I put them up against these, and obviously they stand out more. You can see the back. You have the Jumpman, you have the 2-3, which is nearly invisible because of the pastel or the desaturation of the purple on here, or the pure violet as Jordan Brand calls it. You have your typical branding on the tongue, patent leather. The 11s in general, some nice looking shoes though. On the bottom of the shoe, you have your carbon fiber shank plate, Jumpman peeking through, herringbone traction with your wavy outsole. Inside, insole, standard insole, white insole, white interior with the pure violet Jumpman. Now, are these a good summer shoe and are these worth the money? Where are these from a value proposition standpoint? Right? So like most other Jordans, this is a pretty bad deal. You can buy so much for $210 after tax. If you're watching this, you probably have a bunch of other shoes and these are definitely not needed, but they are pretty fire for the summer. I think the pastel color gives them a different and subtle look that I think has been overlooked, quite honestly. These in themselves are nothing special, but they're so different that you'll probably stand out when wearing these. Once you wear these, the ballistic mesh turns creamy. And if you like the vintage or worn look that's popular right now, that's probably a plus for you. If not, then this is probably going to be a hard pass. Now, I hate the look of the leather on the low lows, but they do tend to wear better over time with much less yellowing. So again, they are my preferred shoe for the low top. So at the end of the day, should you purchase these things? I mean, if you like the 11s, especially the low top variations, and you like the subtle pastel, generous color, then yes, these are for you. If you already have a bunch of 11s and don't have anything to match this colorway in your wardrobe arsenal, then these things are for sure a hard pass. I mean, I'm personally going to keep them just to add a bit of diversity to my wardrobe. Probably won't wear these often. Like I said, probably once or twice a year for Easter and maybe a kid's birthday or something like that, just because of the lighter theme. And I have daughters. But nonetheless, I have nothing else like these in my collection, so I'm going to keep them. If you're curious, if you're planning on picking these up for a young one, this is what the young kid's shoe looks like. Obviously, you have that different outsole with none of the carbon fiber there. Plain white on the inside. Simple. These kids ones do come with a black box instead of the women's release white box. Again, I mean, it seems pretty arbitrary of how they decide these things. Get the paper without the 2-3. Like, why? But you do get a sticker. A sticker. I don't know where you're gonna put that, but you got a sticker. Cool.